Welcome back to the 2022 Ryan Conference USA Football Kickoff Show. We are live here in Arlington, Texas, and we've got the Mean Green from North Texas on set. Ranked 5th in the FBS in rush yards per game last season, 233. We got Katie Davis. He might be one of the baddest tacklers in the country. Has a chance to lead this team in tackles 4 years in a row. I mean, that is just unheard of. And then tight end Jake Roberts, primed for a breakout season. Also joined by Seth Latrell, getting ready to start your 7th season as the head coach of North Texas. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate y'all having me.
All right. You go start the season 1-6 last year. You win 5 in a row, get into a bowl game. What turned things around?
Creating a new identity. I think you have to be adaptable and adjust as players and coaches. It's our job as coaches to make sure that we put our guys in the best, place to be successful, and that's what we had to do. So we had a lot of injuries early on, especially at the skill positions at wide receiver, some at DB. But really offensively had to change our identity and really start playing to more 12 personnel and running the football and playing great defense and complementing that on special teams, and that's what we did. Did a great job as a coaching staff, and our players did a great job of buying in. And as it was frustrating having to recreate that identity, I think because of this past year, I think it's really going to help us this season, not only with how we play, but our culture and our belief in each other.
What would you say that culture is? How would you describe the North Texas culture?
Selfless, tough, and discipline. That's what we talk about every single day, making sure we sacrifice ourselves for the betterment of the team. You got to be a physical football team, but also a mentally tough football team. There's going to be adversity. It's going to come. Can we overcome it quicker than our opponents? And you got to be disciplined in our everyday lives, on and off the field, making sure that we do our job at a high level when no one's looking, and it's and some of that's on the field with making sure we're not having self-inflicted wounds with penalties, turnovers, but a lot of it's off. How we prepare, how you take care of your body, and the things that come with it. And our guys have really bought into that, and they do a great job holding each other accountable to that.
With that turnaround you had midway through the season last year, the fight that the team showed, how much excitement do you have now heading into 2022?
A lot of excitement. I think it's definitely one of our best team, talent-wise, player-wise, culture-wise, and I think we have an unbelievable coaching staff. And so you put all that together, it's a lot of fun to go out and compete with these guys. There's no egos, no offense versus defense or any of that crap. Everybody's just pulling the rope in the same direction, have a lot of fun with each other.
I know you're super high on your staff this year. You feel like this is probably the best staff you have had since your time here. What makes them so good?
One, no egos. Everybody, again, it's everybody's pulling the rope in the same direction. We love coming to work, working with each other, and they're full of experience and a wealth of knowledge. And so it's a great staff, again, and they really relate well to the players, and that's what it's all about.
All right, let's talk offense. What do you have coming back on offense? Who are your weapons you're going to go to?
I think we have a lot of weapons. Obviously, early in the season, at receiver, we had Jair went down, Tommy Bush went down along with a couple others. And so we had to have some guys step up. Rod had a really breakout season this past year. Ended up coming in as a walk-on, started for us at the slot, and had a ton of production. We actually put him on scholarship this past season, which was awesome. We got a really deep running back room. Some guys went down kind of throughout the season, but when one guy went down, that group really stepped up and did a great job of helping us, move the football. And then obviously we have a really experienced O-line. So again, excited about our talent, not only offensively, but overall as a team. I think it's our best group.
Tell me about the guys you brought here, because I'm looking at Jake Roberts, 6'5", 250. I hear he's poised to have a breakout season. What makes him so good?
His consistency, and especially for guys that are that young coming into our program, only been in a couple years. The experience, the consistency he has week in and week out was huge for us because it was a huge part of our package. Those tight ends did a great job. Coach Mays does a great job of leading that group, and that group holds each other accountable. They take it upon themselves to make sure that we go out and give ourselves a chance to win. And so it's a great group.
Defensively, you got the guy who has been the rock of your defense, leading the team in tackles the last 3 years, Katie Davis. What is it about him that he just continues to improve every year?
Well, I think just continuing to, not ever staying stagnant, always trying to improve, always trying to get better. His work ethic is second to none. And I think, him being in a system that really fits with Coach Bennett and them being on the same page, has freed him up to even go out and make more. And so I'm really excited of year 2 within Coach Bennett's system. Finding out exactly what their strengths and weaknesses are, being able to understand exactly what his players can and can't do, and now it'll kind of just open the package up a little bit more. So it's going to be a fun year.
Tell us about that defensive scheme and the system. What do you guys run, and what have you seen so far this spring where you feel like these are the bright spots so far?
Yeah, Coach Bennett does a great job, obviously based out of 4-man front, but can be multiple enough to where we can get in and out of 4-man to 3-man. And he does a great job mixing up his coverages, but the biggest thing are his pressures. He attacks, which I think offensively we want to be an offense that attacks, and that complements us, being able to attack defensively and understand how to get people behind the chains. He does a really good job, and obviously Coach Bennett's been around a long time. He has a most experienced guy by far on our staff. Has done this a long time, and so really, really excited about having him.
Well, the guy who's been bringing pressure, KD Davis, leading the team in tackles the last 3 years. You're trying to be the first guy in school history to do it 4 years in a row. How do you do it year after year after year?
Well, it haven't been easy. Each year I kind of had like a coaching change, but just Coach Latrell's been here, so that's one of the main reasons why I've stayed. I put all my trust in him. So just coming in and wanting and just being coachable and taking what I'm coached to do and putting it on the game field and the practice field every day. Everything ain't always perfect, but you just got to learn from your mistakes and just be willing not to make the same mistakes over and over. Once you make that one mistake, you can't make it anymore. You just got to learn from it.
How does that having that 4-man front, bringing the pressure, help your game as the linebacker? How do you find your gaps?
Really, just fitting off the guys and letting them have all the freedom they can, and just being just second contained and just fitting off them.
Sometimes guys have a lot of success and they kind of get excited about themselves and then they have a drop-off. You haven't done that at all. What is the key to preparing every single summer?
I just say building a close relationship with the team. You want a team that's going to come in every day and have a great relationship and bond, and they train and push each other to be better. Like Coach said, like this year, like the team has been so close. I'm like coming in and working out, hanging out, going to the movies as a group, just a lot of team bonding things, and it has brought the group closer and closer. We have a lot of new faces, and we don't push nobody out. We just bring everybody in. Anybody that come in, whether you transfer or a freshman, we just bring them in, and we just show them that it's a family here at North Texas.
Is that something that you haven't seen before at North Texas?
Not in a while. Not in a while.
I also noticed those shoes. Are you a shoe guy?
I'm a huge shoe guy.
How many pairs of sneakers you got?
I got quite a bit. I got quite a bit.
We talking north of 50?
Nah, less.
Okay, less than 50.
Less.
Okay, all right.
He does shoes like I do boots.
Got to bring in your tight end, Jake Roberts. Jake, thanks for joining us here.
Yes, sir.
Big year you're expecting. A lot of people are expecting some big things out of you. How do you handle that pressure heading into the season?
I mean, it's an honor to have that looked upon you, but it's just hard work. I'm ready to go. So going into the season, I got a good head on my shoulders. I know what I need to do to help the team win. So I'm looking for that breakout year, and then hopefully that brings some success for our team.
Katie talked about this new culture and how you guys are so close. Is that something that you've seen, and what do you see as the biggest difference in this year's team?
Absolutely. I've been here. This is my 3rd year, and this is the closest team we've had by far. So you can tell the chemistry is different than it has been in the past, and I think that's going to take us a long way. You hit adversity throughout a season, but being a close-knit group helps bring you through that. So that's what we got, and I'm ready to get it going.
How do you think that plays out on the field? Because it's one thing to like your guys in the locker room, but when you love each other, how does that lead to success on the field?
It's like a family. I mean, we're literally like brothers. So, I mean, you go through a game, you go through a season, you're going to hit adversity, and you go through every game, and stuff's going to happen that you don't plan for, but when you have that tight-knit bond, it brings you through it.
Nice. Coach, what does it mean to you to hear your guys talk about how this is the closest team they've ever had since being here?
Well, I've seen that, and that's what I've been so excited about, because I think culture is a huge part of success. And I don't feel like we've had bad culture the last couple of years as much as we've had youth. And I think sometimes when you have a young football team, just the leadership being able to step up and understanding exactly what it looks like. I think when KD came in, we had really, really good culture with a group that had won back-to-back 9-win seasons, and so we had a lot of experienced guys that were able to show these young men what it was supposed to look like. And as a coaching staff, obviously you're trying to do that year in and year out. But I think with the experience we have, with the amount of leadership that we have in our program, I think it's really allowed our culture to continue to grow and probably be one of the best I've had since we've been here.
Nice, love it. All right, as we wrap up, let's take a look at the schedule. Walk me through it. You open up against a conference opener, August 27th against UTEP.
Yeah, Coach Demmel, he's done a great job. Obviously, they have a lot of momentum going in their program right now. Very talented group. We'll be on the road, and I know it'll be a great atmosphere. I know it'll be a sold-out crowd, be rowdy, and it'll be hot. I don't think it's going to be chilly that night. So we got our work cut out for us. We got to prepare the right way this fall camp and make sure we stay healthy and get there and go compete.
Quickly, in the last 30 seconds, can you just take us through the rest of the schedule and how you navigate through the season?
The only way I look at it is we're going to navigate August 27th, and that's UTEP. I mean, obviously, I'm not one of those guys that can look that far ahead down the road. I truly am focused on fall camp, making sure we prepare the right way, making sure we stay healthy, and getting to August 27th with a full crew, and that's game one, and so that's all I'm focused on.
Head coach Seth Latrell entering your 7th season. Good luck to you and the rest of North Texas. Katie Davis, Jake Roberts, guys, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, the show goes on. We are live here from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas.